Welcome to What Do You Think, Chris? And today we've got a property over in the North Shore, and I thought I'd show you something that we can buy for under 900,000. So we actually bought this 900,000 on the dot. It's another one that we actually bought for one of our clients, and it's Unit 3 of 91 Grasmere Road in Cremorne. Now the rental appraisal on this was $650 a week, which works out about 3.7%, which is pretty good. A lot of the rents range roughly these days from 3 to 4%, and so if you can get up the upper end of that, then you're doing pretty well. Now, it's only a small block of 8, which is great. 80 square metres, which if you're not used to units, that's actually a pretty good size. And obviously we've got the garage as well, which is superbly important and something that we always go for. And as always, we always make sure that it's a short walk to the shops, cafes and transport. Now, Cremorne's a great suburb in the North Shore. Lots of people love the Oaks of Neutral Bay, just around the corner. So I guess young people these days, you've got to be by the pubs or the cafes, all the restaurants and all that kind of thing. Now, it's really well presented throughout, but there's scope to add value as well. You can knock out the kitchen wall, creating more of an open fan feel. Obviously, internal laundry, balcony as well. Now, the major downside that we saw on this one is the balcony is long and thin, so putting an outdoor setting is going to be pretty hard. But look, it's under $1 million, you've still got some outdoor space, so it's pretty cool. So if we look at the picture here, obviously you can see it there. There is space to do a few things. You can put a barbie out there, but look, you can't congregate masses of people. But potentially what I'd look at doing is maybe actually taking these old sliding doors out and putting kind of concertina doors or bifolds or something like that, and then almost trying to have this at the same level. So it's kind of indoor, outdoor, and it's all pretty much the same thing. Now, obviously you need strata approval on that, and because the doors may actually be owned by the strata, if there's nothing wrong with them, then you'd have to pay for that yourself. But I think it's peanuts in the grand scheme of things. So definitely worth doing that. Let's check out some of the other pictures. So we've got the bedroom here, built-in office as well, which is great. I think a lot of people do work from home these days, so if you can have that as a built-in, that's great. I guess the only downside is if people didn't want that and they wanted something else, then they'd have to rip it out or the tenants wouldn't be able to do anything. But look, it is what it is, and I think at least you've got some storage and you've got a desk as well. Also, the kitchen, we could definitely do some upgrading there, and as we mentioned earlier, obviously if you can knock out the wall and open it up, that's what people like these days. And there's a second bedroom, look, great size here. You can see you've got a double bed in here, you've got the wardrobes. Chances are they're pretty old wardrobes, and so look, they're probably not going to be the most modern things, but look, as long as you've got some space to put your clothes, then that's the main thing. Bathroom again, nice and clean, nothing wrong with it. Could do with an upgrade, but at the same time, is for tenants, it's probably not worth doing because as long as it's clean and tidy, that's the main thing. And you've got a block there, look, not the prettiest block in the world, but again, doesn't really matter. For under $1 million, you can't have everything, and so I think this is good money spent. And obviously, you're pretty close to a lot of the lifestyle things, the Orpheum here, so certainly some good spots, some shopping and everything else. Let's just move on to the floor plan there. 2.9 by 4.6, so that's a massive bedroom. Quite often you don't get that kind of size. And 2.9, 3.6, again, that's pretty big for most places. So I think that's pretty cool. Walk-in pantry, laundry. So this is where we're thinking about maybe opening it up. Again, you need strata approval and obviously engineer certificates to take that wall out. Could be like a 10 grand job or something like that. So well worth it. Very good for one of our clients and a great price point under 900,000.